Hello and welcome to video 2 of Randall's Log. I'm Randall Armstrong. If you haven't seen the first video, what I'm doing is these are daily videos of what's happening in my life that I'm sharing with everyone via social media, YouTube, Facebook. My videos run too long, so I don't think I can share them like on Twitter. I suppose I could share the YouTube link though. I'm learning. But anyways, yeah, a huge shout out to Rick Feldman. I don't know if I said that right. I always call you Rick. Thank you for the feedback, Rick. Yes, I know it's a mess back here. I will explain all of that later in the video. Another shout out I'd like to give to is to Jason Marconit. I don't know if I said your last name right, Jason. Sorry about that. For those of you that like comics and those of you that like beer, you should check out his podcast. It's Heroes and Hops. It's pretty cool. I like it. Got to meet Jason through Paradise City Comic-Con, helping out with the CBCS as an authorized witness. If you're not sure what an authorized witness is, authorized witnesses work for grading companies. People who like to get stuff signed, they need witnesses, because there are a couple different ways of getting your books signed and getting them graded and slabbed. I don't have a graded book here to show you, for example, but you can Google it or go to cbcs.com and or CGC. A lot of people use CGC. They've been around longer, but I prefer CBCS. And but yeah, no, I got to meet Jason through there and as an authorized witness, and it was a really, really great experience. Got to work with a cool guy, Mark Roman. Worked with Stephen Bagley. I like to joke around, call him Stephen Bailey. It's a long story, inside joke. And I got to work with Chris Chubbard. But anyways, that was last year. So let's talk about today. Had great sleep, really good sleep. Didn't get out of bed till like noon. Like people who they have jobs, they have stuff to do. They're out of bed like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9, maybe even 10. Not me. I had really good sleep. I did wake up like a couple times before getting out of bed, but I was just like, nope, going back to sleep. Funny dream. I believe Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, was in the dream. Nothing weird. I just remember attending an event, like not like a gala or anything like that, like a casino or something like a casino, like it's just an event, like a gathering, people dressed up and whatnot. And I'm sitting there next to Gal Gadot, and she's like signing stuff and she's talking to people, and then finally it dies down, and I'm just sitting next to her, and we start chatting. I forget what we talk about, but I remember asking her. I remember it popping in my head in the dream. I was like, wait a minute, she knows Ben Affleck. Batman. She knows Ben Affleck. So I was like, oh, can you give me an autograph with Ben Affleck? Or from Ben Affleck? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yeah, just here, I'll give you a napkin. And then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. Can I get you a Batman comic book? And then she was like, no. So even in my dreams, she's like, no, I'm not gonna take that comic book and have Ben sign it. Stuff happens I don't remember. You know how dreams work. You only remember bits and pieces of your dreams. But I just found that funny. I found it funny. Like I woke up and I was like, I was hanging out with Gal Gadot. But yes. Anyways, I get out of bed. I think I was a little hungry. I ended up getting a nice slice of pecan pie, a nice little glass of milk, and I start that off. I start my day off doing that. Watched a little bit of television. I didn't really watch anything new. Oh, I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's a very funny show. First off, cops and comedy. I always like that. And I think it's because of my love for Police Academy. I love Police Academy. I still think they should make a reboot of that. I know at one point Key and Peele were going to be working on that. So I was excited, and then I haven't heard anything since then. So we'll see. I think Keanu, their movie Keanu that came out last year. It's so weird that I have to say last year now because we're in 2017. But that came out, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was fun. It was very funny. Was it good enough to go see it twice in movie theaters? No. But it was definitely worth at least seeing once in movie theater. And so now it's like playing on HBO. So if you have HBO, check out Keanu. It's funny. Especially, there's some love for, God, how am I forgetting his name? He just passed away. George Michael. There's a lot of love for George Michael in that movie. So if you're a George Michael fan, at least watch the movie for that. But it was funny. Anyways, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I guess it was a 1 hour finale. Apparently it's going on hiatus, which anytime I hear a show goes on hiatus, that worries me because that means like, wait a minute, are the ratings not doing good? Are they thinking about canceling the show? I hope they don't cancel the show because I like Andy Samberg. Terry Crews is on the show. He's always hilarious. He's great. What I loved about the episode was Marshawn Lynch was in there. I was kind of hoping he'd play a bigger role, but or he would do more, but it's okay. He didn't have to. Like, you know, the cast carried the show. It was a 1 hour special, which they aired on Sunday, this past Sunday. So if you missed it, you can catch it on Fox Now on their app. Which you know what's really awesome is I just recently got an Xbox One. I got the new one, the Xbox One S. So it's got like the 4K on it, but it doesn't matter because I don't have a 4K TV and I don't have any 4K movies. So, but eventually I'm going to work towards that. But what's cool is they have the Fox Now app. When I signed up for it, I had to like put in like, you know, the cable information. Like we use our cable through Frontier, which used to be Verizon. I mean, Verizon still exists, but just, you know, their cable is not offered here in Florida anymore. Frontier bought them out for the rights for Florida, from what I heard. But anyways, thankfully I haven't had a lot of issues with Frontier. You know, those of you that know what I'm talking about, you understand. But yeah, so anyways, the Fox app. So I put it in through the Xbox, and some networks, they only have like a certain limited amount of shows for you to stream. I decided to try and catch up on Lucifer. I guess my DVR is only set to record 5 episodes at a time. I need to change that. So some of the older episodes that I thought I had watched or wasn't sure if I watched or not, they're off my DVR. So thankfully, Fox Now has all of the episodes to stream. So I think there's like 10 episodes to watch for Lucifer. So I'm very, very happy about that. The only thing that sucks is I think when an episode ends, for some reason, it goes to this part of the app where it just goes blank and you can't even back out of it. It's almost like you have to restart your Xbox, restart it on, and then sign back into Xbox Live and then go through all those shenanigans. But anyways, and it's free. I mean, sure, you gotta watch the commercials, but whatever. You know, it gives me time to go on Facebook. But yeah, so I mean, I have so much I want to do. But anyways, yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I watched that. What did I do after that? This day hasn't been super productive, but, you know, before making this video, that's when I was like, okay, I need to do something, you know. I cleared off the desk of more trash. By trash, what I mean by that is, to give you an idea of what I do here at home, my dad passed away and he left a lot of stuff. So I'm going through all that stuff. Here's a little bit of what I'm going through. Okay, so this is basically what I do when I have the free time here at home. This is my nice little desk, my workstation. And what I've been doing is, my dad, I guess, was kind of a hoarder. He kept a lot of papers, he kept a lot of mail. That's what I work on, mail. I use the clear off the desk, and I usually just open up the mail and determine if it's garbage. If it's garbage, then I throw it away. Garbage. So here's the garbage. I take that and I throw it in the paper bag. Garbage. Then I go through this. If I find any papers that I think are such material, I shred them. You know, just to be safe. And once it's done shredding, I collect it, put it also in a paper bag. After a while, it adds up. Oh look, there's the chair that I built on day 1, 2017. A bunch of the stuff that I have here that I still need to go through. These boxes in particular are my dad's stuff. Those are the papers I basically have to go through and figure out, okay, what am I going to throw away? And here are some more boxes. A couple of these boxes have papers, other is just junk and stuff that I also have to go through. And of course there's plenty more in the storage unit. Okay, so now that you see what I'm going through, that gives you an idea of what it is that I'm doing, and there is so much to do. So much to do. There's even more in the storage unit. You know, there's more boxes. I think 4, 5, maybe 6 other boxes of that medium-sized boxes that I showed you. I still have my dad's papers I have to go through, and it's a matter of, you know, I explained it all. But so I did that today. I went through some papers, cleared off the desk. I feel like I'm much more productive when I have a desk. That's just, there's nothing on it. I can kind of just, you know, place stuff on there, work on stuff, and you know, my biggest thing is trying to be more organized. I think the more organized I am, the more focused I can be. The more focused I can be, the more I can accomplish. That's what I'm trying to do. One of the things I did today as well is I worked on making a list. It is the 2017 new list of things to do. They say, statistically speaking, that if you write down a list of goals or write down a list of things that you want to do, you are more likely to accomplish them. Just by writing that list, by making that list, you've increased your chances of it actually happening, of actually working. And I believe it to be true. I mean, people can lose focus. People a lot of times will tell themselves in their head, like, you know, oh, I'm going to work on this or I'm going to work on that, and then but you get distracted, or you know, you start to focus on something else, and then you've lost focus. You've lost what it is originally that you intended, what you wanted to do. So, but I mean, how cool is that? Like, you know, take the simplest thing. Like, I have friends of mine who, you know, that some of them are like, you know, oh man, I'm behind on my reading. I need to read, you know, I'm so behind on my comics. So, okay, so make time to read those comics. Get a pad of paper. Just get even a small pad. Just get a small pad, write on there, read comic books. Or be even more specific, you know, like let's say you have Marvel and DC comics, divide them into 2 stacks and say, okay, I'm going to read all of my DC comics. And then after I'm done reading those, then I'm going to read all of my Marvel comics, you know. And if you write it down, you've literally increased your chances of completing your goal, no matter how small the goal is. You know, it doesn't matter, you know. And there's other things I want to work on. There's other things I want to do. The more and more I come up with what I want to work on, what I want to do, the more I will write it down. I don't think I have it on the list, but I'm going to add it to the list. Adding more to these videos that I make. Like, I want to do like a little intro. I want to, you know, do sort of like, I want to get professional. I want to create like professional videos. You know, this is just me getting in the habit of making videos, of creating. You know, you build that habit, the more you do it, the more you're gonna, you know, either, you know, like Dan Harmon, for example. Dan Harmon, who works on Rick and Morty, he's like co-creator, I think, and he does one of the voices. And one of the coolest things I heard him say was, make something, even if it sucks. If it sucks, critique it, fix it, make it better. You know, and so that's what I want to do. You know, I hope to make skits. I hope to make videos, even if they suck. You know, fine, they suck. Then I'm going to remake the video and I'm going to make it better. there's just so much. There's so much I want to do. It's very difficult to do it when you are focused on when you work a full-time job. I am fortunate um, right now that I have the ability to stay at home. I don't have to work. I have my mom who cares about me and who's providing for me, and I help her out in return. Also, I help her around doing stuff around the house, or if she needs me to drive her somewhere, like a doctor's appointment, or my dad handled everything. He handled the bills. He handled just everything, And with him being gone, I've kind of taken that place to help her out, and which is great for me as well because that means I get to learn. So I'm learning how mortgages work and how to pay off the house. I'm becoming more responsible. I've always thought I was kind of responsible, but I mean lazy. I'm working to be more productive. I'm working to be less lazy. Um, that's what I'm trying to do. There's lots, like I said, there's lots of things I want to do. My goal this year is to be in physically the best shape of my life. Later last year, a few months ago last year, I was already kind of like focused on like, okay, cut down on eating food, eat less, still eat to where, your body needs the nutrients and all the stuff that you need. People tell me though, just eat healthy, eat salads or eat vegetables, and not a fan of vegetables. There are certain vegetables that I like. It's just, I need to work on that. That's laziness talking. But for the most part, my goal is to drop the weight. Once I drop the weight, then I'm going to work on exercises where I will tone, I will get the body in shape. I was calling it Project Hugh Jackman. My goal would be to be in the shape of Hugh Jackman. Like when you see him as Wolverine, you're like, damn. I just, that's how I want to be. I want to be able to just walk around and rip my shirt off and be like, ugh! Maybe, yeah. I'm just kidding. Partially. But no, yeah. So today I was doing the paperwork, made a list. Another cool thing I got to do today before making this video was I made a video for film score enthusiasts. It's a cool little group of people who are fans of film scores, film music, soundtracks. You have like two soundtracks. You have your, I guess, original music, or you have the music like regular songs, like bands, singers, artists. You have those people who, like songs you would like listen on the radio. Those songs would be in the soundtrack from different artists. And then you would have the soundtrack where it focused on the score music, the background music, the music. I feel like score music is the soul of films, like Star Wars, for example. If you took out the music from Star Wars, would you be as inspired as you are when you watch the film? Would you, it's those moments, when you hear, or a better example for me is the first Superman movie, the Richard Donner Superman. When you see Superman and he's like flying in the air, the John Williams like do 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 do, like when you hear that, you're like, go Superman, go. And that's the music. Some people don't pay attention to that. It's very subconscious. It's very like the music. Like I think your brain, your mind is aware that the music's there, but as a person who's watching a movie, you're not focused on the music. You're focused what's happening on the screen, what's happening in the movie. So some people don't really recognize that. I listen to the score music also because I love movies so much that it helps me. If I ever feel bored, there are certain parts of music that I can, certain tracks from the score, I would listen to the track and I'd be like, oh, I know what scene that is. I know what's happening in that scene. And so I can play the movie in my head as I'm listening to the music. So that's kind of like one of the things that I like about score music. I'm nothing against regular music. I listen to regular music. I listen to the radio from time to time. I'm just not a big lyrics person, I'm just not. I mostly listen to like the beat. I mostly listen to, the sound of the voice and the singing. That's about it. So, but anyways, if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I like film music, I like film scores, check out Film Score Enthusiasts on Facebook. Request to join. If you're, if you really are into that music and you're into that stuff, just ask to join. And I'm one of the admins on there, so I'll check it out. I'll check it out, and if I'm like, okay, you look like a real person, and you seem to be interested, I'll add you to the group. If not me, then Johnny Womack, who is the creator of the group. I also made the video also as a huge thanks to Johnny, because for those of you that don't know me or aren't aware, I like to. I think I'm gonna make it like an every year type thing. People will wish me like happy birthday on Facebook. So when they wish me happy birthday on Facebook, I like to create a video of all the people who wish me happy birthday, and I kind of like go down the list of like what they said on there, and basically me responding to their comments and making a video and putting it out there and letting them know like, hey, I read it and I really appreciate you taking the time to say happy birthday. So, but anyways, I feel really bad because Johnny tagged me, so it wasn't like when I'm going through the scroll of everyone posting on my page, that tag wasn't on there, so I missed it, and I was just, Johnny screen captured it and it's like, hey, I think you forgot somebody. So I was just like, oh man, I'm so sorry. And this was like a 50-minute, like almost an hour-long video, which I didn't even want it to be an hour long, but I like to talk. But yeah, so anyways, I created the video to introduce myself and say hello to the members on the group, and also to say thanks to Johnny Womack. So I did that video. I'm doing this video now. Baby steps. Little by little, it's all coming together. I'm pretty sure I will be more productive tomorrow. Just more shredding papers and throwing garbage away. I will be going over that list and just working on checking it off one by one, and maybe adding stuff on there and learning new stuff. What did I want to do tomorrow? No clue. I'll go over the list tomorrow and figure out, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, wait. I remember now. I wrote it on another list. So, my goal tomorrow is to... There's these software. Let me show you real quick. My dad bought this software. I came across it with his stuff. I'm going to try to put it to use. VHS to DVD 2.0. They're at 8.0, I think, now. I'm not sure. I checked out their website. Anyways, I tried to follow all the instructions, upload it on the computer, and it's not connecting. It's not working. So thankfully on their website, they have, I think, like a customer service line. Maybe somebody can walk me through it and help me do that. So that's the goal tomorrow, to do that. Because I've got like 2, maybe 3 boxes full of just VHS tapes. And so much. So some of the stuff I'd like to convert to DVD. Some of the stuff that's not released here in the US. I found like some of the old Marvel animated, not features. I think they were like really short, like TV episodes. Really old, like from the 60s and 70s, I think. And they're available for DVD, but they're made from a different country. They're in a different region. So because they're in a different region, I would need like a region-free player, which I mean, eventually I would like to get. But in the meantime, if I really want to watch those, I can just convert the VHS to DVD and then just use the DVD that I created from the computer, and just watch those. So, plus, I mean, I've got some home videos, which would be great to watch because, you see me like as a really little kid. My brother's in those videos. My dad. That'd be really nice to have. So that's my goal tomorrow. I'm gonna work on that, and then of course throw away some more papers and kind of decide like what's the next skill that I want to learn. Like my goal is to. I want to learn how to code also. Because you know, websites, computers, they're the future. And it's a good skill to have, you know, and I wouldn't mind creating a website for fun and then just figuring out like all the like little things that I can do and kind of just go from there. So thanks for watching. This is video 2 of Randall's log, and stay tuned tomorrow for video 3 and see what I actually ended up doing tomorrow. All right, thanks. Good night. Thanks for watching.